Hey, welcome to a new episode of the Shwanzilla Art Show.
Hi,
What's going on,
how
man?
are we?
Oh, I am.
It's better than you are not.
Oh, there we go. The new layout where we're on the right hand side, but we still have the nice big art picture. So,
Yeah, because that's the more important part.
hmm
Nobody wants to see me. I look like Jabba's nutsack.
these nuts.
Indeed.
Ha! Gotcha! Oh, I laughed and I popped my shoulder. That hurt.
Oh,
Oh well.
well, given all the cool stuff that has come out from Star Wars Celebration this weekend, I figured, you know, and it's not like I've been doing a bunch of Star Wars lately. I figured I would do some Star Wars tonight.
Yes.
I wish I could show my covers for Bunny Goes to Space #1,
Oh
but
yeah.
know,
Hey, Sim.
we're keeping. Huh? Oh, hey. We're keeping it family friendly, so we're kind of, we still say fuck, but
And please buy my art because I'm not built for OnlyFans.
you are damn right. The main thing is that Senior Alton has not given the okay to share them yet.
Yeah, they have to be revealed over time on the campaign. So,
Yes.
but that's cool. I was like wondering, like he's busy doing what? We just reset the show to Mondays. What's going on? And then I saw one of your posts about working on some time sensitive covers. I'm like, oh, he was trying to get through some of his Bunny Goes to Space stuff.
Yeah.
With deadlines and the such.
Yeah. I'm trying to be a bit more professional about all that than I have been in the past.
Yeah.
Trying to get shit straight and back on track with all that. It's working, I guess. Well, like I said before, the part-time gig, which is very helpful as far as bills go, it's very helpful because some weeks when you're self-employed, some weeks you might make $3,000, some weeks you might make $3, and
Yep.
and it's not anything towards you. It's just how shit is.
Because you're the fat stripper on the day shift.
I am indeed.
Can you be more specific? They're all fat. Yeah, we know.
I mean, I've worked with some seriously hot ass strippers before, but the problem with, huh?
Oh, so have I.
Yeah, the problem with seriously hot ass strippers is, for the most part, they all know they're seriously hot ass strippers, and they were fairly bitchy about it.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, all right. I think I married one of them.
How'd that turn out?
Not well.
It's getting better though.
Yeah, getting better all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I didn't give a crap about their attitudes. I just cared if they actually tipped me. They didn't realize that, there's one set fee that you have to pay the DJ by the end of your shift every day.
Yeah. No catch next time.
No circle backs. And
No circle jerks.
no. We saved the circle jerks from Pete Rose's channel because he likes all that weeb stuff.
Shots fired.
I'm only talking smack because I invited him on to, plug his book, and he never got back to me. So, oh well. It's probably because all the smack I talked to him on his own channel.
That might have something to do with it. Although, you're not one to really talk smack.
Not me.
Nope, I've never heard that before in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sarcastic either.
Yeah, just a little.
Just a little bit. So, what did you think of the first 2 episodes of the Obi-Wans?
You know what? I liked it. I really liked it.
So far, I did, but I'm like, being a high-end Force user should be like, riding a bicycle. But he had a hell of a time from stopping, a 45-pound little Leia from dropping to the pavement. So
I think that it's that he does. I think that he doesn't believe in himself at this point.
Yeah.
And like when Yoda was teaching Luke about levitating ships, and Luke says, "I don't believe it," and Yoda's like, "Well, that's why you fail, bitch." In so many words.
And if he had thrown that last word in, that would be like the biggest meme of Star Wars. Instead of no,
oh, bitch, you are.
I tried to find that extended like Darth Vader no screaming for a TikTok I put up. My visual RIP to my favorite Teen Titan artist there, George Perez. It's actually a photo of him holding a cosplayer in his arms, recreating the cover of issue 7.
Oh, the Superman, Supergirl?
Yeah. Where he's holding the Supergirl cosplayer, lucky him, and his limp in his arms, and his head goes back. He's wearing one of his nerdy Hawaiian shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And I searched for like an hour for the clip on freaking the Chinese TikTok there, and I couldn't find anything. And all of a sudden, it like switched popular songs, and it just went right to like the Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance music, and I'm like, yeah, that works.
That's always a good thing. Hey, guess what I found today?
What's that?
I found a Cara Dune Funko. Now let me clarify. I found a Cara Dune Funko miniature pop.
Oh, like one of the keychains?
I guess. Not exactly sure what it is, but it says Funko Pop. I found it at Five Below.
Like this?
Hold on. Does that have a 33 on it?
A 33? Oh, these are pocket pops, is what they're calling them. There's actually no number on this that I see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one has like a 33 on it, and they had her and Grief Karga, which nobody gives a shit about Carl Weathers.
No, not unless it's some kind of like weird exclusive.
Yeah, which it's not.
No.
Um,
The newest pop that I keep seeing coming up in like scroll by ads is they're doing more of the Blacklight series, but they're doing like a 40th anniversary of Elvira Blacklight one.
oh fuck yeah!
Yeah, I'm like, did the boobies glow? Because they
Do
should.
the boobies glow? That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was just knocked out to find anything Cara Dune, you know, because
No, I know.
it's Cara Dune, and you know, she who shall not be named.
Hey, Miss Rena, how are you?
Hello.
I did get your message, but I'm sitting over here in the, kind of like in the dark. It looks lighter than it is over here because the screen is bouncing off. The light from the screen bounces off my face and stuff. So,
I mean, that's better than balls bouncing off your face.
oh well. So I will definitely get back to you because I heard back from you and one other guest that I've had on a couple of times. So I'm not sure if he's got anything going on.
What the fuck?
I don't know if you just wanted to come on and shoot the crap and talk comics, or if he had a project. Miss Rena says that's a nice Ahsoka piece.
Oh well, thank you. Everything starts out pretty cool, and then we get to the background, and it kind of all goes to shit. No, I know kind of what I'm doing with this background, but I'm having to kind of go from memory or something. Yeah.
It's one of those things where I don't feel like Googling Ahsoka and scrolling through like 90 zillion pictures to find the background I'm thinking of. So,
well, yeah, where I was going with it was, in Rebels,
yeah,
where she fought Vader.
mm-hmm.
I was kind of going with that setting a little bit, or something thereabouts. I think that's where all this horse shit here came from. So since I don't have that in front of me anymore, this is the bad thing about working on multiple projects and then going weeks without touching it. I'm just kind of winging it.
That's what she said.
That is what she said. I heard her too. An old dirty bird. And that's what you wanted to do. Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Right. But yeah, back to Obi-Wan. I'm loving it, man. I'm enjoying it, and honestly, I think that they're doing with Obi-Wan what they attempted to do with Luke in Episode 8,
mm-hmm.
and show him beat down, and after the failure, and life sucks, and there's no puppies and all that shit. The only difference is they're doing it well with Obi-Wan. And because he's still Obi-Wan, you don't get that sense of he's lost himself. He's just, he's like, holy shit, we lost, man. And I'm sure growing up in the Jedi Order like he did, he didn't expect that to ever happen.
and they did that intro where they go back to the end of the Clone Wars live action there, Order 66, and they did like an additional piece there because that wasn't in the movie, where there's like one instructor with a bunch of the younglings, and he's the only one with a lightsaber, and that scene was like sweet, but they showed that in reference to, for whatever reason, why did like one or two of the 5 or 6 younglings that made it out, one of them just happens to show up on Tatooine, and he can't let go of the code, so they track him down, and Psycho Sister thinks it's Obi-Wan, and he's there, but
Yeah, but Obi-Wan's smart. He knows better. He's just chilling. He's like, I'm not gonna do any Jedi stuff. I'm gonna leave that to y'all. Have fun with it.
what's weird is he went and dug up that box with 2 lightsabers in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because at the end of the life of Rey Skywalker, she buried Luke and Leia's lightsabers on Tatooine by Owen and Beru's property.
Who is this Ray who you're talking about? I don't know this character.
Well, it wasn't a ray of sunshine, let me tell you.
It's a ray of dog shit.
But I just thought that was weird. I'm like, the only thing that would be acceptable is if the other saber that he buried was Qui-Gon's.
I think that Obi-Wan.
That fight when where he sliced and diced Maul.
Yeah.
He lost his saber down the hole, but grabbed Obi-Wan's on a flip up, and then of course had to make his own saber again. So.
Sure. And then there's episode 2 where everybody's just, using all kinds of different sabers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just kind of like, I mean, I get it, and I'm hoping that the arc is basically that he does find his faith again. How do you hear fly? I'm hoping that he does find his faith again, and I'm hoping that he does, well, I mean, obviously he does, because, I mean, we see him in episode 4, and he's not that guy that he is in this. So I'm hoping that, like, the Leia adventure kind of gets him back into the groove. He realizes this shit ain't over, and nothing is over. I know. Now, of course, everybody's bitching. They're like, wait a second, that's not how the Grand Inquisitor dies. Y'all really think that she killed him?
Yeah.
She didn't kill shit. But you know who we didn't see in Star Wars Rebels? We didn't see her. So, you know, I'm thinking that somebody kills her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming it's probably going to be Vader or the Grand Inquisitor.
Yeah, she probably tries to kill Obi in the presence of Vader, and he's having none of that.
Yeah, Vader's like, nope. I find your lack of manners disturbing. But how does she know that he's Anakin? I mean, I know Inquisitors are former Jedi, but nobody else seems to be privy to the knowledge that he's Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Pay no mind to that little bit of red that came over on her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I can't color inside the lines apparently. Oh shit, that's not working. All right. What do you think of the 10-year-old Leia?
Oh, she's just obnoxious.
But she's Leia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My issue with that is they hid the children. How the hell did they even know about Leia? Or are they just drawing the
Oh
direct
no,
line?
that's
The
yeah. They don't know about Leia. They don't know that that's her or that that's Anakin's daughter. They
they're
just
just
know.
drawing the line between Senator Organa and Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Yep. It's good to see him back too.
Well, Jimmy Smith's quit everything else he's been on, so
Yeah.
he got sick of seeing his name after the sound dung dung dung. He left that, and he was on as Katie Seagal's boyfriend on the biker show, and
Yeah.
he keeps landing roles that are like, you know, extension roles. Like, you're gonna do this, but we're thinking about doing some TV series on our platform, so you might end up back on.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, I got to keep drawing from that puddle.
I mean, it's kind of where I was going with it, but not really to that extent.
And now you're forced into it.
Yeah.
Use the force, Sean. Use the force.
Let's just turn into the skid here. nuts with it. Fuck it. What's the worst thing that happens? We got to start over.
That one of the paintbrush pens?
Yeah, it was a Posca pen that I maybe pressed a little too hard with. And now we're using a regular paintbrush to spread that shit out a little bit. This might be one of those Bob Ross happy accidents.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you doing? Plan B. You have a plan B? I do now.
Like Triple H said, there's always a plan B.
Mm-hmm. So, dude, Thomas from OK Boomer sent me this huge box of comics.
Oh, really?
And by huge, it cost him almost $50 to ship it.
Oh, shit.
It was like a good, 50, 60 pounds.
I'm sure your mail carrier was pretty pissed at that.
Well, they don't care. They still get paid too much money.
Oh, yeah.
But
for sure.
If Daryl's listening, sorry, bro. Friend Daryl used to be a DJ with me at the club. And during the whole COVID thing, his application for the USPS came up and he took the job. So,
Oh, cool.
but yeah, he sent me so much stuff. It's ludicrous speed and junk. Some of this stuff, like this one, is all the Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, Doctor Strange stuff from Strange Tales, but it's not
cool.
it's not reprinting anything but the Doctor Strange stuff, which is kind of a bummer, but also cool. Thomas had this one, and then he got the hardcover, almost like the omnibus version one of volume 1 of all this stuff, and a lot more. But
see, you had little faith. We saved that shit.
boom, yeah. He gave me this one. He gave me a trade paperback of Squadron Supreme, which I've never read, so that's over on my table.
Squadron Supreme.
It's Marvel's. Yeah, it's like Marvel's version of a Watchmen thing, like the deconstruction of a superhero kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And the characters are pretty cool. And a brand new Ollie's just opened up by him, and he knows I love Bronze Age stuff, and I love Swamp Thing, so he picked me up the softcover Bronze Age Swamp Thing, Volume 1, at Ollie's. He went back and he goes, let me get him some stuff. even though he said he's all out of room on bookshelves already. But I think this one is by Len Wein. This is the Len Wein, Bernie Wrightson stuff. It's also got some Kaluta stuff in there, some Luis Dominguez and Nestor Redondo. But if I'm not mistaken, yep. The first story in this book is one that I will never be able to afford to buy in the wild. House of Secrets 92 is the first story in this book. I've actually never read House of Secrets 92 because it's expensive, and it was one of the books they did the facsimiles of. But the problem is people were buying up all the facsimiles and throwing them up and leaving out the fact that it's a reprint, and putting, all these like big name books, but the reprints of them up there.
Seems pretty shitty.
And they were charging like, $20 or $30 for them. And he sent like a huge stack of like just like regular comic books. A couple of them that are, as we like to say, very well loved.
I've known a couple of girls who are like that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Again, with the Tuesday afternoon strippers.
Mm-hmm. Well, and he got me the Bronze Age Volume 1 of Brave and the Bold, my favorite Batman series.
Oh, cool.
I'm not sure how many pages this is. I'm looking at it like I got my glasses on, but I don't. But it's just the white.
I know of your love for Brave and the Bold.
So this is like Bronze Age, Brave and the Bold, starting before I was born with issue 74. From like 1969. And some of this stuff is like before Jim Aparo took over the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this looks like a little Neil Adams stuff right here. Like number 75, Batman and the Spectre. Plastic Man. They took out all the ads, so I'm like, But this is like a $35 book, but it's sitting on the shelf at Ollie's for $7.99.
That's killer.
I mean, and look how thick that book is.
Shit.
$8 all day, every day.
You gotta buy that on principle.
And there's an Ollie's down here if it's still open, but it's in Rhode Island. It's like, a good like 35-minute ride just to get there. And I'm pretty sure they all got emptied out by like all the local comic shops. Probably raiding the place.
I would assume so.
I mean, and I wouldn't blame them in the least. It's like, why would you pay Diamond like 50% of cover when, or even 60% of cover, when you can go for like less than $10, less than $10 a book for like, a 200 or 300 page book for like.
I have not been to Ollie's yet. I've heard that they're kind of awesome about figures.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna check that out.
All I know is what I've heard about Ollie's. Like, they'll have a section with like a ton of DC stuff, hardcovers and soft covers, like for books. But if you go into the actual book area, I know people that have scored like full blown omnibuses for like, $25 to $50.
That's fucking awesome.
I was just Thomas and I were just a little miffed because DC was supposed to do a Phantom Stranger omnibus that was going to have, everything that he's basically appeared in, like all the series he was in, and like the backup stories and strips he was in and everything in one volume, and then they canceled it. They didn't get enough pre-orders. I'm like, nobody's ordering this through Diamond. The people that are going to order this are going to be like, your Ollie's, where they're getting like, 75%. They're getting like 75% off cover. Amazon and Discount Comic Book Club. That's where Thomas gets his books. The little bit of modern comics he's getting it like through there. You order it like 3 months. It's just like having a Diamond account. You order it like 3 months in advance. You pay for it up front, and then 3 months later, that's all in a box showing up at your doorstep. But he does pretty well for a guy that doesn't have a comic shop around him, because he said the closest shop to him is like over 2 hours away. But he keeps scoring in like these little antique shops that end up with, boxes of comics.
I've had some pretty decent scores at like little places that you wouldn't expect. Like, I got the whole Wolverine limited series from back in the day, the Marvel Frank Miller one.
Wow.
Yeah, I got that at a place called Kelly's Closet in Atoka, Tennessee. I knew that they had like comics there, and they're usually assholes and pretty stupid about it too. They had like a Ghost Rider that they swore was signed by Stan Lee, and it wasn't. Didn't even look like Stan Lee's signature. And Of course, they're trying to charge like $500 for it, and I picked up that Wolverine limited set, and of course, I had to like check, and I was like, I don't think they even reprinted this.
No, they did, but only in trades.
Right. Well, I got 1 through 4 for $5 a piece,
Woo.
and I ran out of that store with those. I was like, somebody is going to be pissed. Somebody's going to be like, what? You sold this for that?
Where's the Wolverine issues? Oh, I sold them. Oh, nice. Yeah, 20
That's
bucks.
when I see people who are like, I picked this up at a yard sale for, 2 brass farthings. I'm like,
Yeah,
I believe it.
I never believe that. Because it's always somebody. Yeah, I went by a garage sale. I just got the first appearance. I just got 10 copies of the first appearance in Deadpool for $1 a piece.
Well, in 1999, you probably could have.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is like, last week or something. I'm like, no.
That's where I got my New Mutants number 98 was out of the dollar bin.
Before they knew what it was. Or that everybody was like, before Deadpool became the Boba Fett of the Marvel Universe.
That's a really good way to put it. Needless to say, I'm not squeezing the pen.
Because we went through that earlier.
We learned.
Mm-hmm.
We adapted.
Everybody's like, so what happened over there? Well, we found out Ahsoka was a squirter.
Nice. I might be going a little too crazy with this lightning effect, but I really don't care. I'm liking it.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. One day you'll have an excuse to practice doing the Kirby crackle, and you'll go nuts with that too.
The what?
The Kirby crackle.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. I've thought about doing stuff with it. Anyway. But that's just because, don't we all love Jack Kirby?
Oh yeah.
I drew a Dark Side, not the one with the Superman cape, but another one for a commission. And I really wanted to do the Kirby Crackle on it, just because, since it's a Kirby character, might as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Have him waving his fist like this and just do the Kirby crackle all around his hand. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
Is that there? No, it's not Thanos, you moron. It's Darkseid.
Yeah. Yeah. Put some respect on his name.
Respect his authority.
Let's move off of Ahsoka for a minute. And we'll jump on Sabine here.
Sure. Be glad to.
Huh?
Nothing.
Right?
Oh, man. I just bounced on Facebook for a minute and Dash, who likes to sell his all his high end rated spec books, but once in a while he's got like some really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I put it on, it bounced like right to his live feed. On the first row, there's an old issue of ISIS, from the TV show.
Mm-hmm. Joanna Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
A couple of other older books, Vampirella tucked in there, and the next row up is he's showing like all his cheesecake crap now. There's an issue of Bionic Woman, and above that is like an old devil dinosaur.
Hey, some of us make a living off of that cheesecake crap. Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm taking this whole look like Joe Linsner thing to heart.
Well, there's a new book over at over with the CG guys, the Zaid brothers. Came out with something called CG Vacation, and it's basically a pinup book of all the huge names in Comicsgate, like EBS and Graham Nolan and Art and the list goes on, and it's just basically like a Marvel swimsuit pinup book.
Yeah.
And in 24 hours, the project more than hit double the funding goal, and it's like over 5K.
Oh wow.
Graham Nolan's piece cracked me up though, because he took his character from, I think, like his first book at Compass Comics when he invented that publishing house for himself. The Chenoo, kind of like that, kind of like a mix between a polar bear and the abominable snowman.
Yeah.
Kind of scary looking, sharp teeth, big sharp claws. Has him like lying back on a chaise lounge chair by the pool next to a hot babe. I'm like, he would have mauled and killed her and had ribs going already.
Works for me. I like Graham Nolan.
Oh yeah. I'd like to be able to go to a show where a bunch of those guys are showing up, because they always do like this after party where they get together at a place where you can smoke and drink outside. That's by the whatever convention center they're at, and it's usually like him, Billy Tucci, Chuck Dixon, a bunch of other guys.
I almost got to work on a Dixon book.
Oh man, that would have been sweet.
It pisses me off because I mean I was down and they were into me for the cover. It was Larry from Fanatic Comics. I was gonna do the cover for Ravage Kill All Men, and it happened like right with the divorce. So
Yeah.
everything got fucked up. And I couldn't meet the deadline. So, you know, he is what it is. Maybe one day.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Sabine here? You think she's working?
Yeah, but it's just what are you going to do with the background?
That's that's a really good question. And I don't want to do planets for a long ass time because it seems like everything I've done has planets behind them lately. Um, I don't know. What's behind her on the reference? Oh, just some purple shit. That doesn't seem well. They used different hair color in her reference, and I made her pretty. The reference is not. Um, damn, that's fucked up. Um, hmm. Could put Grogu like right here, coming up behind her.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Anybody watching have any ideas? That'd be nice. Crickets.
Hold on.
I might have to go back and watch some Rebels and Clone Wars. Maybe get a sense of Mandalore and put that behind her.
Well, I just pulled up some images to see if I can get anything. Of course, the biggest image is just like the painting of them at it as a group, like on the back wall.
Yeah, I've thought about doing like more or less like this Phoenix type logo that she has. Just doing that larger behind her, but it's not really enough room to really do it. And I need to find something that'll contrast with her purple and orange hair. So
Let's see. Hold on.
dark background machinery. Hmm. Like inside a ship.
Mm-hmm.
I think dark is probably the way to go with this, because even though her outfit and stuff is dark, I think having the dark saber lit up, I think that'll make it pop. And I can do some of that white acrylic effect around it. Hmm. That's it and stuff. So we could go all black over in here.
Yeah, you just have to like kind of like adjust the.
I can throw some highlights on the edge here to show where her arm is. Okay. What's the worst thing that happens? We have to start over?
Every time you say that, you end up squeezing a paint pen too hard.
No, buddy. Years ago, when I worked for the bank, that was my last real job. I would have just, probably thrown this one out because it's getting low. Because I was just feel more from work. And now that I have to pay these fuckers, you better believe I'm going to use every bit of damn ink that's in it.
Mm-hmm.
This pencil is so smooth. I didn't think it was possible to actually love a pencil, but yeah, here we are. Have you had a chance to see the Usagi Yojimbo show on Netflix yet?
No, because it looks stupid.
Thank you. I thought I
And
was
it's
able to.
and I saw it and I go, cool, you saw Jimbo, and then I look and it goes Samurai Rabbit. I go, oh, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. And it looks like most everybody else has passed on it too. I told Steph Wilson that every time I use a circle template, I should send him a thank you. He was not amused.
Oh man. My cousin just posted that I didn't even know my Uncle Ray had been like sick. He just got put on a ventilator and is listed in critical condition.
Oh, geez. I'm sorry, man.
That sucks. My cousin's twin daughters just made a post of her like on vacation at like some big like mountain like waterfall retreat swimming hole and stuff. It's like, why can't I chase waterfalls? I'm like, because chasing waterfalls is just a song lyric from the 80s.
And if you listen to the song, you know that they tell you don't. You know?
Yeah,
You gotta listen to people.
It says right there, don't go chasing waterfalls.
You know. It's not just wisdom from Michael Keaton in that Will Ferrell movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's real shit.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Shut up.
What in the hell?
That was my dog.
Oh, good. I thought it was Mac for a second.
No, no, he's. I forget what he's doing right now. He's doing something. I think he's watching some kind of Naruto or something.
Oh, Naruto.
Yeah. I will say this though. I mean, after the last couple of shows, I've had so many requests for anime characters that I might as well do them at this
Mm-hmm.
point. Shut up! Nobody likes you.
Hi, shall we take you to Chinese restaurant?
Right?
Hey, your number one fan is back.
Hello.
Oh, that's coming along pretty good.
Yeah, just doing some weird piping and assorted nonsense behind her. I never plan out backgrounds, and I really need to start doing that. But I've also said that many times, and it hasn't happened yet. So, maybe one day. I like that we're getting Harris and Dula in the Ahsoka
Yeah.
series. That's a character that definitely see more of. Yeah, and wasn't she wasn't she preggers with Kanan's kid?
Mm. Fat says they're sorry that they couldn't come to the show. They got sick an hour before they were going to leave.
Oh, I'm glad that you're okay, but also I ended up not being able to do that show. The organizers of it were super gung ho about me being there, and then I never heard anything else from them. I'm like, okay, I need details and stuff, and I'm not going to chase after people to do their shows. But I was a little let down because I was looking forward to it. I had a lot of fun at Black Lodge last time, and I felt like this was probably going to be another really good show. And sure enough, nope. So I'm keeping an eye out for another one coming up soon there. And in Memphis, the next Memphis thing I have going on is there is a pop-up vendor market happening in late June at the Hickory Ridge Mall. Yes, it's still there. And it's supposedly, I mean, it's catching a lot of steam, catching a lot of momentum. It's, people are doing it and enjoying it. I know the organizers of this one, they're friends of mine, and they are definitely like, yes, please come out and do this show. And I'm hoping to have my extended lines of products out there, like the fridge magnets and keychains and whatnot. So, hopefully so.
Oh, I love me some whatnots.
Smart ass.
Oh my God. Apparently the Bionic Woman #1 is a big ticket item.
Who is it?
He's got like a near mint, very fine copy of it. And their asking price is $80.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if I had one sitting around, I'd be like, yeah. Yeah, the two biggest option books right now that are like just about every like issue is, it's like Department of Truth and Something is Killing the Children, which they just announced is gonna be a horror series on probably Netflix or something.
AMC or some shit.
Yeah, AMC doesn't have a very good track record unless the name of the show is Walking Dead.
I don't know what happened with the Carol and Daryl spin-off, but I know that Melissa McBride left that show. So you can't have Carol and Daryl without Carol.
Yep.
I suppose you could, but it's not really going to work out.
It'll just end up being like the what's that damn movie that Harrison Ford did where the marshals are chasing him?
The Fugitive.
So it would basically be a fugitive where Daryl is just chasing after clues to find Carol for like 5 years. Nothing ever happens, and the show is canceled.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really over Walking Dead at this point. It's time to let it go. But
Well, although I am excited to finally catch up on, I got to catch up on the boys because the Soldier Boy arc it's coming on June 14th. So
yeah.
and everybody's like, "Ooh, Soldier Boy, not the rapper, you moron."
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Well, okay, let me rephrase this. I don't know if they're gonna follow the comics with it.
Probably not, because it was pretty damn gruesome.
It was not like the show's not already pretty gruesome.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Invincible?
I think I watched like the first season.
That's only one season on there now, so yeah.
Oh, okay. So I guess I watched it.
It's so good.
I kind of watched it like it was on in the background as I sat there reading comics. I've been over like the last 3 or 4 days. I've up until yesterday been binging Game of Thrones nonstop over on HBO Max.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Shame.
Take that, Cersei.
The king gets brainwashed by a cult, but was angry that his mother was paraded through the streets as a whore. I'm like, well,
I mean,
you're here because mommy and Uncle Daddy made you. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the church has a point.
Mm-hmm. That whole thing just gave me like, a Waco, Texas vibe.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That says a couple of years ago, I asked my friend what she thought of Ghost Rider, and she said he was okay, but wasn't good. Fast forward a couple of years, she's reading the comics now. It's her favorite. That's awesome.
Speaking of Ghost Rider, I have a Ghost Rider project coming. Yeah. So I decided that the coolest part of the Nicolas Cage movie, which I didn't hate, by the way.
Outside of the strings, I mean, the first Ghost Rider movie he did is one of those guilty pleasure movies, kind of like Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although Big Trouble in Little China is the best.
Well,
but I really enjoyed even though you could see the strings everywhere, I really enjoyed seeing him drive the bike upside the outside of a skyscraper.
Oh yeah, that was cool as hell. Well,
The penance stare and the whipping the chain. It was somewhere between Johnny Blaze and then the second kid that came around in the 90s. That series was good too. Danny Katz, yeah. I do not like the new one they did.
Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, in the car. They're like, why not? It's so cool. I go, because the Ghost Rider rides a motorcycle, not an Impala.
Yeah.
Johnny Blaze might drive an Impala during the day, but at night, he's on two wheels from hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The coolest scene in the movie is the "Let's Ride" with Carter Slade and Johnny Blaze.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's cheesy, it's absolute fan service, but it's great. So I've had this blank skateboard deck sitting in my shop for like, I don't know, a year, waiting for me to figure out what the hell I'm painting on. And that's what I'm painting. I'm going to paint the Carter Slade, Ghost Rider, and Johnny Blaze streaking across the desert with all that cool purple in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if it works, it'll look super cool. And if it doesn't, well, we'll never know because nobody will ever see it. But
well, on that premise, but much different. I don't know whether he cut these up or Hobby Lobby just had like wooden coffin lids or wooden, coffin shaped pieces of wood for like arts and crafts projects.
mm-hmm.
My friend and fellow freelance illustrator, Mike Doherty, who did that really cool Alec Guinness Obi-Wan cover for me.
Yeah.
And did the Batgirl cover that they pulled because of some blue check marks on the Twitterverse that don't buy comics, where the Joker had beat her up pretty well, mm-hmm. and had drawn like a Joker smiley face across her face in blood, and there was a tear mm-hmm. coming down out of her eye, and people were like all outraged, saying that that perpetrated violence against women. I'm like, where were you 20 years ago when he kicked in her apartment door and shot her in the spine and put her in a wheelchair for the rest of her life? I'm more offended by that, being a guy in a wheelchair now. At the time, I was like, yeah, I kind of like the Oracle character, but
yeah.
So I'm gonna pop this up. Mike did like these three. He painted on these three like coffin-shaped pieces. One is the aliens from Mars Attacks. The second one is an upside-down coffin lid of Alien from the actual Aliens movies. And the third one is a man thing that he did.
Oh, wow. Those are cool.
See, I can get it like a little bigger, I think. Well, I guess I can't get it bigger, but that's okay.
I was just in a Hobby Lobby today, and I had to get out of there really quick.
Too much nerd stuff?
Yeah. I was like, there's money in my account. Let me get the hell out of here. So it was bad. I did end up picking up some resin so that I can get back to making of the whatnot. But yeah. And I made the mistake of walking through their Marvel and Star Wars decor area.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah. The number one rule at Hobby Lobby is never pay full price. If it's not on sale this week, it'll be on sale next week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for years, they used to have that, like that email code they used to send out.
Mm-hmm. The 40% off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I asked the little old lady that was working there today, I was like, hey, do y'all still have the 40% off code, coupon? And she's like, oh gosh, we haven't had that in 2 years. And I'm like, look, I normally shop at Michael's, but I was looking for that coupon for today. Because there's literally a Michael's right across the street from Hobby Lobby here.
Oh, there always is.
Yeah. That's their game. All right, so she's not coming out too bad. I'm liking her. Mm-hmm.
At least I can give you like a little bit of an idea, so she's not just sitting there in a wet background. So.
Yeah. The last one I did with a white background was that Willy Wonka, and that it just screams I need more to the background, But everything I can think of is way more complicated than I want to get into. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to do like the Chocolate River room, but Willy is too big. That's right. I just said it. A too big of a Willy on the page to do what you want to do, which is probably that obnoxious girl in the big blueberry form, like falling into the Chocolate River.
Oh wow, that'd be great. Further proof that I really need to plan my backgrounds.
Yep. Or at least have some kind of rough idea. Or just hit me up and be like, yep, I need 3 options for a background for this character. Go.
Well, I'm considering a couple of things for cons. Because con season is about to start for me. My next con is in July. It'll be up in the metropolis that is Clarksville, Tennessee. Woohoo! Roll Tide or something. Anyway, but I'm down for doing this show. But I was thinking about just taking like some I have a bunch of comic backing boards sitting around, and just doing a quick character sketch, no background, not really even a sketch, but doing like a full color of the character on those, just the character, Wonder Woman jumping, or Boba Fett shooting, or Punisher or whatever. Because most everything I do, it ends up being a whole scene, and just selling those at the cons for like a quick $50 or something.
Well, I know what some of the guys up here. They do those backing board like head sketches. Just a just a
Mhm.
just a quick head sketch of the character. Takes them like 10 minutes. Um, and I don't know. Prior to 2016, some guys were doing those, charging like 10-15 bucks, because it's like 10-15. It basically you're making $1 a minute, and people are watching you like draw something.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that seems like it'd be kind of cool.
That is asking if you could bring two people from the Marvel Cinematic Universe back to life. Who would it be?
Marvel Cinematic Universe. Um,
So, in other words, what two people that died in the final snap, uh, would you want to bring back, and why?
Tony Stark for one, because there's so many more movies. There's more stories that could be done with it.
They're bringing him back, and he's just going to be a Tony Stark from a different world in the multiverse, guaranteed.
Oh, well,
Because they can't keep making like Avenger style superhero movies with no Iron Man, because he's like,
no,
you know,
you really can't.
that's like the super serum stopped working on Steve, and all of a sudden he aged to 90.
Yeah, no, and if we're talking about dead, I think Thanos, because it one of the things that they mess up with the MCU is they are too quick to kill off their villains. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I mean, we need Red Skull to stick around. We need Thanos to stick around. There needs to be that threat of those characters.
Yeah, so the Avengers movies eliminated Red Skull because he's now, the guardian of one of the gems, and he's dead, and you just like a ghost.
Yeah,
And who else?
I think that Black Widow.
Oh, Armin Zola. They blew him up, so he's gone.
Yeah,
Zola is
I
just like a background character. They're like, what can we do? He goes, figure out a way to bring Zola back. So write him out of the corner he was in from the last writer, and figure out some cheesy way to bring it forward, and do like a 5 or 6 issue story out of it. Go.
yeah, I think that we are getting Black Widow back, because they did that in What If. Um, they
Well, they've
brought
already
Widow to.
through through the Hawkeye series, they've already brought her little sister in as the new Widow, which is going to be the White Widow.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get Nat back too, because when Scarlett Johansson settled that lawsuit with Disney, I think she signed a new contract.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
Pay me, and then I'll sign a new contract for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of MCU, thoughts on the Thor trailer? Oh, come on. It looks fun.
The only good thing that came out of that trailer was the rock song.
The Sweet Child of Mine.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see this training montage, of Thor like pulling the Benatar.
Oh, you want to see Fat Thor's training regimen so he can get skinny again.
Yeah, because I want to know how to get skinny again.
You just want to be able to go to convention. Look, I'm Thin Lisner.
Oh yeah, dude. I've seen some pictures of me lately. I'm just like, oh god, we gotta do something. Dan Linsner, that's great.
Hey, I lost 21 pounds in the last month. So.
Well, yeah, but you didn't do it a good, fun way. I got to stay off TikTok because there's all these dudes who are like Vikings and they want to tell you how to work out. And I'm like, dude, that kind of looks like fun. I'm not going to do it, but it looks like fun.
So I don't know who I would bring from the cinematic universe. Like, if we get to count like the Spider-Man movies, I would want to bring back the new Aunt May.
Oh yeah,
because damn.
Right.
I would, if we're including the Spider-Man movies, I would also like to bring the old MJ up to the future and get rid of the checkbox version. We're gonna check a box with this one. Oh yeah, and with Ned too. Tell me, when they go down the road with this, how is Fat Latino Ned gonna fit into the Hobgoblin costume?
They were real quick. Well, actually, the kid that plays Ned, he's pretty slim now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's slim. But they were real quick to say when everybody was kind of like, why is Zendaya MJ? I mean, they were real quick to say, well, that's not Mary Jane. Well, why call her MJ? Why not just name her Michelle like she was? And I just don't understand. There's certain things about the MCU. As a whole, I love the MCU, but there's certain things that I just don't understand why they are doing these particular things. And messing with that is one of them. I love Marissa Tomei as Aunt May. That's awesome. But I don't know. Did you see they fixed the CGI on She-Hulk?
Oh yeah, Andrew, my friend Andrew posted that, and I'm like, oh, have they finally decided to not use the CGI from the first Hulk movie?
I think that She-Hulk will probably be a good show. Um, I don't know. It seems more comedy driven, which is that's fine, because it's She-Hulk. I don't remember any heavy storylines in She-Hulk. But and I would love to see Matt Murdock show up in She-Hulk. That would be great. Because it seems like it would happen. So, I'm down for it, but for God's sakes, man, let's at least make her look good.
So, staying with the Star Wars stuff, Giant Freaking Robot is reporting that Liam Neeson, even though he said he had no intention of reprising his role as Qui-Gon, is going to be reprising his role as Qui-Gon.
Yes, Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down. Because we get young Dooku.
Yeah, because he said he might be willing to reprise the role of Qui-Gon Jinn in a movie, and he had no intention of doing so in a TV series. However,
well,
but it will be on Disney Plus.
Well, here's the thing about Disney: when you say that you're not going to do something,
they just offer you more money.
Yeah, it's like CM Punk saying, I'm not going to go back to wrestling. And then Tony Khan's like, oh, but I have this really big bag of money for you. Are you saying you don't want it? And he's like, well, I was just bullshitting. That's about how that is. Anybody who says, first off, anybody who's ever been in a Star Wars movie or TV series or anything, they definitely want to come back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How much fun must it be to work on Star Wars?
Now that Disney owns it, not that much. But Disney, aka the groomers, will offer you a lot of money to do stupid shit. So, sure.
I would. If it was a Favreau and Filoni giant, I would do it in a heartbeat, because they at least care about what they're touching, and and I don't think anybody really cares about their source material and stuff, but I think that Favreau and Filoni do. So, I think that they do. And oh my God! Oh, I forgot to tell you, the Bad Batch season 2 trailer dropped. Yes. And yes, we're going to do a Bad Batch piece.
Of course we are.
Come on, lady. I mean, I don't have. It's not like I have a stack of like 70 freaking projects over here. But
no, it's more like 75.
It's at least 75. And it keeps getting funnier every time I see it.
Oh, I'm missing comments. That says, hey, Sean, could I give you a pic? I think it's supposed to be I made instead of O made. Of you and Will. Oh, that's going to be terrible. It's going to be 2 big blobs on a piece of paper.
Oh man, I mean, absolutely.
I made, yes, corrected it. And at the next convention, art.
Yeah, definitely. The convention that you're gonna want to see, or that you're gonna want to go to, is Memphis Comic Expo. That is my big show every year. That is what I look forward to the most. Just because just the vibe of it is so cool. That's the one where James O'Barr is going to be there, Mark Wade, Mars, Kyle Holtz, Greg Capullo, um, Ariel Diaz, Brian Silverbacks, all kinds of people are going to be there. So it's going to be a good time. And that's the one you're going to want to see because I am bringing tons of stuff for that one.
Mostly crow stuff to go hunt down James O'Barr.
There's going to be a fair amount of crow stuff. I don't know for certain, but I may have at least 4 or 5 crow fridge magnets molding right now. And that number will only increase as we get closer to September 23rd, I believe it is. So, but yes, definitely. I've never had fan art of me before, so I am definitely down for that. And if it makes fun of me and Will, that is wonderful because I have a giant sense of humor. But hopefully by then I'll be looking more like Thor and less like Fred Dukes.
Well, we already know what version of Thor you look like. So
I do. I'm Thor Lebowski at this point.
Nothing wrong with the Big Lebowski.
The dude abides. But yeah, definitely. I am always down for that. I love seeing other people's art. Except for there was one person at a con who that was all she was there to do, apparently. It was just show artists, like go to their tables and show her work, which is always great, yeah. But after a minute, when when this girl keeps saying, "My stuff is better than yours. My stuff is better than yours," and it's like, well, first off, no, it's not. Second, bugger off, and like trying to, when someone's looking at my book, trying to say, hey, I drew a better Wonder Woman than that. You should buy it from me. It's like, okay, yeah. So, security. Hopefully by then I'll have that skateboard with Ghost Rider done.
Oh, that'd be sweet. That'd be sweet.
I'm excited about it. I really am. I was gonna do Venom on the board for a minute, and then I was like, no, I need something spread out.
Ooh, that said, funny enough, that day is my birthday.
Oh, well then that settles it. And I will definitely make sure that you have a gift on your birthday from me if you come see me at the show. Just remind me. And the only reason for that is because I have 6 kids, so I forget birthdays a lot. Not an excuse.
So, my friend Gail that I used to work with years and years ago, and I'm friends with her boyfriend, put up their Happy Memorial Day post, and this is all I looked at this, and all I could think of was the brother-in-law making the barbecue on Big Mama House too. They're
It's not funny. I'm not laughing. I shouldn't laugh, but I am.
but there it is.
Oh, good Lord.
And of course, I had to use a GIF to.
Oh, let me respond.
I had to use a GIF to respond. And of course, it was Beavis and Butthead. Fire! Fire! Fire!
That's wonderful.
So I thought it was pretty cool. Like Hasbro's making an anniversary New Hope box.
I saw
and,
that.
And it's a distressed box. It's not bad because it's like $65, and they're making them look like the old Kenner ones. They even put the El Cheapo vinyl capes on Vader, Leia, and Obi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, but is it gonna be yellow lightsaber out of the arm, Luke, or blue lightsaber out of the arm?
With that weird tip, that tiny little, what they call it on Comic Book Man? Oh, we call it a French tickler. I was like, God. Hey, speaking of Comic Book Man,
oh my God! Thank God that conversation went that way.
Right.
Oh, speaking of French ticklers,
the next book coming from Alton Simpson that I will be working on after Bunny Goes to Space is Werewolves of New Jersey. He's doing a launch party at the world famous Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. I mean, I was, I'm down.
So you get to see people from the stash get to see your artwork while he's doing his launch party.
For sure, because I will definitely have covers on that book.
I mean, if they can get past Steph Wilson's crop circles.
I love Steph Wilson's stuff. I really do. I am not bashing Steph Wilson at all.
Just the crop circles.
I will say that no. I mean, dude, it.
No, I like his stuff, and he's local to me. I just can't buy any of it and display it in my home.
Right, and I mean, he's a hell of a nice guy too. He's amazing.
Oh yeah. Him and Carrie Ann are like wicked awesome to talk to.
Yeah, they're great. We have talked mostly through other people. I don't think we've ever really conversed with each other, except for on Courtney Rose's post or something like that.
Yeah, in online chat things. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, speaking of we should probably.
I was about to say, I'm starting to fade.
Yeah, and I'm like, he's done all that work, and I looked up and I go, oh, 2 hours, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, that's going to wrap it for this one. Don't forget, Wednesday I will have a new episode of Creators Outlet, and Thursday Thomas and I are back covering an issue of the Justice League of America, the first of many attempts to convince Black Lightning to join the Justice League. And there's some lines in there that wouldn't get by today's woke censorship board, and a few other things like the fact that he's calling the Justice League a bunch of jive turkeys on the cover.
You gotta love that.
But I'm like, that's cool. I love Black Lightning. He's awesome. And like one of the write-ups they did talking about the actual character, they're like, he's actually more powerful than Superman.
Really?
Because his power comes from like the magnetic poles of the planet, which is like infinitely generated. The only problem being that he would probably blow up if he tried to absorb too much of that power. So, but they change like how his powers work every few years anyhow. So
kind of like Firestorm.
Yeah, they killed Firestorm. Like, we'll bring him back, but instead he's gonna be this guy and that guy. So no, Professor, what is wrong with you? Every time you kill the Professor, you kill the series. Well, that says, well, I hope you have a good night. See you Wednesday. I have a show Wednesday. It's not all about you.
I was like, oh, okay. Do I have and now it's not all about me, Will.
Well, tonight is, but Wednesday's all about some other comic book creator, and Thursday's just about me and Thomas shooting the crap about Justice League this week. So
I hear you. Well, it's good to see you guys again. If you're not already following me on the gram or the TikTok or the Twitter, you should do so.
Oh yeah, where are my manners? What happened to the box?
That was almost a dead-on Southern accent.
Yeah.
When I've told people about the show, I'm like, yeah, man, my buddy Will and I did the show, and they're like, oh, where's he at? And I was like, oh, he's up in the Boston area. And they're like, oh, well, would I be able to understand him? I was like, probably not.
I'm sorry if I speak English.
Yes, correctly.
Look, it's not whether they can understand me, but the fact that I'll be able to understand them. So
right. No, I honestly, I mean, I've had amazing people come up to me at shows. I mean, you can see from, our friend there, they're great people, and had some terrible ones, but for the most part, it's been all good.
I almost forgot to throw this one up there.
Oh yes, I'm definitely not built for OnlyFans. But I'm working on it, man. Dr. Roxo gonna go to DeVry. Dr. Roxo gonna make something of himself.
That's kind of funny. The cartoon version of me, like right next to her. It's almost like she gave me a proctology exam with the Darksaber.
I mean, there's probably worse ways to go.
Yeah. Should happen.
I think Sabine's looking good, man. I think Ahsoka's looking good. We're gonna play with that background some more and make it work. That's what happens when I don't have a plan, which is per usual.
Mm-hmm. So we'll be back next Monday with Shawn. The only time we won't be doing it is if he's on a deadline to do more covers for Alton or anybody else for the,
Well, I'll try not to wait till the last minute again.
That's a lie.
I said I'll try.
I said I'll try. I wouldn't do it, but I'd try.
I didn't promise anything.
And trying to get Creators Outlet back on. I know I got Aaron and Kim from Global Frequency booked in for June 15th. We got a lot to talk about, like what happens when you drive your truck through a cement wall and are now up the creek for fulfillment on your book.
Yikes.
Because everybody's stuck with a paper shortage. So they had to switch printers and do a whole bunch of other stuff, in China, because we don't make anything here. Fun times.
Yeah.
So we're going to check into that, and they're working on, the second issue of part 1 there, and see what's going on with that. But I mean, it took them 9 months to get the splatter vinyls from Matt Knowles' project from last year. After everything else wrapped, it was 9 months just to get the splatter vinyls done.
Jeez.
So, but we will see you all next week back here with the Shwanzilla Art Show. Don't forget, I'll probably end up with a couple of guests this Wednesday night for Creators Outlet, and Thursday join Thomas and I as we all see the Justice League make a fool of themselves while they try to recruit the coolest dude on the east side of the Bronx.
Sweet Christmas. Oh, wait, that was another hero.
Yeah. He had more muscles, but.
Yeah, much more.
Yeah.